There's a good start. Had a little bump there. We're gonna call those our little commercial breaks. That's what we're gonna call those. So they're gonna happen from time to time. I apologize. Let's see if I can get some comments going. Um, Live chat, all messages visible, and hopefully everybody can hear me really well. I'm just running around today like crazy because I'm getting ready for an expedition, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So this is the time of year. This is where I need to get footage. So the pressure's on, I guess you could say. And yeah, so what's going on with the comments thing here? Are we working? Super chat, what does that mean? Where are we going here? I don't see any comments. That means something is wrong on my end. What is going on here? Sorry for the technical difficulty. Live chat, all message available. There we go. There's Blaze. There's Amanda. Kyla. That's a, you know, Kyla, I thought Todd Standing was hard to deal with. A name like Kyla. I don't even want to say it. Kyla C? We'll call you Kyla C. You're always on. It's nice to have you. You have lots of good questions. Thanks for coming out, guys. So I look a little thinner. Oh my God. Yes. Dude, a little thinner, Rodney? Man. I try to get into the year at about, a lean 240. And oh my God, I don't even want to weigh myself right now. It's you just lose so much weight, and it doesn't matter, Rodney, how much eat I. When you eat just good food, I eat like avocados. I put the fat from the chicken into the chicken stew, the skin on. It's so hard to keep your body weight up. Hey, Portugal, wow, your body weight up. Hey, Portugal, wow, that's far. There's no way they have Sasquatch in Portugal, right? I would think there'd be no way they have Sasquatch in Texas or Florida, but they do, and they're there. So I've been there, and there certainly can easily be Sasquatch in Florida, and I'm quite convinced there are. I know they're in Texas 100%. Had some things going on. I had some Texas Rangers send me some handwritten stuff from a Texas Ranger. Ohio, love it. The 1900s, he wrote this stuff about Sasquatch, and my God, this guy knew Sasquatch. Like, it was so amazing to see that. And even I was driving. They showed me in reference to this Texas Ranger that talked about Sasquatch. I was driving down the highway, and there's this highway pullout, and there's a whole thing about Sasquatch there. It didn't talk about the Ranger from the book that I had read, it's not a book, it was notes that he had on Sasquatch. And I tell you, when I went down there, and I met Texas Rangers when I was down there, and they were, all excited. When I read it, they were like, "What do you think of it?" And I go, "This guy knew Sasquatch. Like, this is exactly what I look for in Sasquatch." I learned some stuff reading those notes and that paperwork, and they were like all excited. "Hey, so you gonna come down here? You're gonna come move here and do I'm like, "No. Are you guys going to? You live here. You do Sasquatch." And none of them did. Hey, there's Phil. So how's it going, Phil? My man, Phil, wants to call himself my webmaster. That's not correct. He's a friend. And oh, look, I can add him as a moderator. There you go, Phil. Simple as that. Uh, I work with Amanda and Phil and Daniel and other people that are helping me. And, I don't know what they want to call themselves, but I call them my colleagues. I call myself immensely grateful to have them. Yeah. So, hey, Dan, and Steve from Illinois. Man, people, Portugal, Illinois, Ohio, Texas. Wow, it's so cool. Ever heard of Bigfoot in Ireland? No. I have a couple friends in Ireland, and no, nothing legitimate. And especially, I had somebody send me stuff from the UK that was, interesting, very interesting. But Amanda's on here, and I'll tell you, boy, she just snubbed that in 2 seconds. She's like, nope, no, 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 no. And the Sasquatch that we had from the UK, they were like in a township area. What were they doing there? So, uh, unfortunately, very likely a hoax, which is distressing. I like to look at the bright side of things, and I have a tendency to get excited first because I always think, well, of course, people are honest. Of course, people aren't going to lie. But it's out there. Ozzy Baza. I don't know what that means. Ozzy Baza. Hey, Todd. How's it going, mate? Good day to you, Brian. Well, I can do a little bit of an Australian accent. Southern Saskatchewan, man. Northern Saskatchewan. I've been there for Sasquatch. Turtle Lake, I think it was. There really are turtles there. Yeah, I saw definitive, real proof that Sasquatch exists there. And then the natives, and there's so many locals that knew about it. For people that live in big cities, and and you're interested in this topic, I tell you, you go to these small towns, and they know Sasquatch is real. And this is all over the United States and Canada that I've been. You go to these small towns, man, and they just know it. I was in Nia Bay. That's a spot I'm going to go back to. I just love it there. And man, they have a whole Sasquatch area for books, just full of Sasquatch stuff. And it's amazing, and these small town people, they all cooperate. They all, they're little communities that are amazing, and they all know Sasquatch is real. And it's amazing to go there. And then you go to the city and you get all these people like scoffing at the small town people that think they know. The small town people know. They're called indigenous, and they have this thing called connectivity to the land. They don't live on cement and in glass houses, and you get those small town hunters. That's why the small town people know, because when you're in those small towns, you have trees and forests, and they're hunters. You get this connectivity to nature, and suddenly they know Sasquatch are real. They don't believe it. There's a big difference between the believers that are in the city that don't have connectivity to nature and the knowers. So Great Falls, Montana, man. So Daniel Ironmaker, wow, I tell you, dude, I have so much connectivity to Montana and the Great Falls area. One of my first mentors is the biologist from Great Falls, Montana. And yeah, I saw lots of Sasquatch out there. I saw legitimate, real Sasquatch footage out there. And I wasn't able to get great footage myself, but they're there. So one of our little commercial breaks. We're doing good today, though. I have super fast internet here, so yeah, we're gonna keep things out of no profanity, please, guys. Georgia, the locals know about them, but we'll deny it all day long. That's kind of true. This is SoCal Forest Ninjas. That's pretty cool. SoCal Forest Ninjas. I love that. That's a cool name. That's a great name. Locals know about them, but we'll deny it all day long. You're right. I've seen that a lot. But you know what, SoCal? When people meet me and they know about my documentary and they know I'm that guy, that I know Sasquatch are real. And a lot of people say, I actually, quite a majority of people come up to me and say that I've seen a Sasquatch that looks like the one that you filmed. And yeah, so they'll open up to me, SoCal Forest Ninjas, because of who I am and what I've done. But I could see if you were like an unknown and they didn't know who you are. People don't like to be scoffed at. I'll tell you, the native people, boy, it pisses them off. Sorry, is that a swear? I'm sorry, Amanda. It significantly upsets them when you scoff at them because it's part of their culture and part of their history. They know Sasquatch are real. They're taught since childhood by men and women that have lived out there, and they know and respect. And when you go up to them and you scoff at them because you know Sasquatch aren't real and they're incompetent, it's very disrespectful. So I understand why people will have a tendency to not talk about it. I seen one finally look my way, white glowing eyes. I calmly said, motherly tone, well, hello, I see you. I'm not afraid. It's okay. Then I waved at them to say goodnight. Yeah, that's cool, Patlin Jojo Bernard. If you indeed had a Sasquatch sighting, it's very rare and very blessed to have had that. I saw my first squirrel hunting in Connecticut, 30 yards. I ran up on it. It took off, sounded like a herd of elephants. I saw my first squirrel hunting. Okay, you mean Sasquatch maybe? Anyways, the structures are identical to Viking ruins or pagan ruins. Interesting. Iceman Winhoff. Back. Sorry about the bump. But yeah, Iceman training has been going really cool. I see real changes in my body. So a shout out to Jennifer from Phil. Are you here? Phil's my man. It's good you differentiate between believers and knowers. Yeah, and I don't mean any respect. I admire the believers. That's cool. Are we still on here? What's going on? Can you still hear me? Because the picture is frozen. Super duper high speed internet guys here, so I don't know if you can still hear me. I'm gonna say hi to Alex Florowski. That is a cool name. Mine's very plain. How come one footprint? Nobody will answer. Hello from Newfoundland. Mike, if you can hear me, I wonder what's going on here. Because I can't see my image right now. I have such fast internet here. You guys it's so fast. Like, I download stuff so quickly here. Here we go. Okay. So how come only one footprint? Nobody will answer. Hello from Newfoundland. Hey, Newfoundland. Interesting. I've heard people talk about Sasquatch out there. Beautiful, beautiful place. I was in Newfoundland when I was little. So what a beautiful, gorgeous place. Because you know what? You can follow a bear. I had an expeditioner, a grizzly bear came walking past us, and he wanted to go see the tracks, and he was walking through the Rocky Mountains, and we couldn't find a track. We followed the trackway for 10 kilometers, not one single track. Even there were puddles, and it was a sow, and they walk around the puddles. They don't want to get their feet wet. So you couldn't even see like a wet print from her. So when you find one definitive track, it's part of a trackway. And when I show one track, usually what I don't tell people is it was the trackway that nobody else can see, that a tracker can see, that led me to that one track. That's what people are like, how can you find any tracks? Well, I'm not going to tell you, but see these little marks? These are Sasquatch, that's Sasquatch, it goes over here. And what I'm looking for is the definitive track, the smoking gun track. And that's what leads me to the smoking gun track, is following the tracks that you would never otherwise see. And believe me, on camera, it's brutal. It's so hard to to find good tracks. I'll tell you something, after all the tracking I've ever done of Sasquatch in my whole life, knowing about all the places they go and all the tracking I've done, I've never found one track in the Rocky Mountains where I am that was like castable. So what I did, again, there's the incident where I did I sort of cat and mouse them, being the mouse and them being the cat, to leave tracks in good substrate, but then they covered them up, the amazing individuals that they are. And there was one track that we had from on an episode of Survivor Man, with the Sasquatch Survivor Man episode 1, in year 1 in Radium, where the Sasquatch was rock knocking to us, and he smashed his foot on the ground, and there was a track there, but it was at like an angle like that on a mountain, so you can't cast that. Or at least if you can, I don't know how, because the casting material will just fall right out. So, hey, Fuzzy Cat, cool SoCal Forest Ninjas. That's pretty cool. I like that ninja thing. It's fun. We invite you to Palm Beach, Sasquatch. Are you kidding me? Well, Lawrence, you got to go to northbigfoot@gmail.com and pass that on to me, or go to the forum and talk to Amanda at discoveringbigfoot.org, because I got to go to Washington. I want to go to Washington. I'm super excited to go to Washington in November, and I'm really thinking about. So I got a friend in Alabama. These are expeditioners actually that have become my close personal friends. So I go California, Arizona, then I can go Kansas. I have an expeditioner, Alabama, Georgia, and then I have people in Florida. So I might do this tour, guys. So I trust my expeditioners so much. My expeditioners have been out with me and bled with me, and they're gonna come. And I took really good care of them. I take such good care of my expeditioners. I'm so grateful that these people come out and do this with me. And trust me, their lives are literally in my hands, and to be blessed with that, to have somebody go, I trust you enough to put my life in your hands. That isn't that a wonderful feeling? It is for me. I take it so seriously, and when they see how I take good care of them, and the truth, people, when they come out and I give them amazing food, I give them amazing care, I take care of them, and I keep them safe, and I really do the best I can. I fight to make sure that they're safe, and we build this amazing relationship. They bleed and they realize the pain and the suffering and how hard it is, because it doesn't matter how much comfort I put forth to them, they have a hard time. So Todd mentions this in his documentary, Discovering Bigfoot. Amanda talks about. Hey, Todd, this is from Alex. Hey, Todd, haven't heard much about Sasquatch lately. We need you to make new footage. I know, everybody wants new footage. Oh my God. So, and really what's going to happen right now. So I'm doing my expeditions. On my expeditions, the priority is to get the expeditioners their success. It's not about footage. It's their expedition, and they pay for it. That's why I'm out there. Warner Brothers and the distributors are jerks about it. They're like, we're going to own the footage. No, you're not. My expeditioners paid for that. If Warner Brothers or a distributor or a TV network pays for the expedition, then fine, that's their footage. When I was out with Survivor Man, I gave them everything. I was out with Mysteries Decoded a couple weeks ago. All the footage is theirs. So, but if I don't get footage with expeditioners, real good footage this year, then I've got some time to go out and go do what I need to do and go fight for footage. And I know I hate even thinking like that, but I want to be working towards footage. I don't want to be cat and mousing them. Again, me being the mouse. I have to be the mouse that finds a way to get the cat to come and follow me a little bit. I have to be that tries to play these games with his teacher. And it doesn't make me feel good, but you got to do what you got to do. People want footage, and the documentary needs footage, and so I'm going to spend some time doing that for sure. If you do not believe, come to Honey Island Swamp at night, and you will. Honey Island Swamp. That sounds like a very cool place. Is everyone seeing Todd? My satellite is bad. We can still hear you. Good. Can hear you. Can hear you. Oh my God, this is like a long time ago. I gotta get rolling here. Picture frozen. Do you have any more samples for DNA testing? No, Rick. No, I don't have any more DNA. I'm very interested in doing that though. So that's going to be something I'm going to work for. Okay, let's get down here. Lashafeed, hello from Ontario. You provided the real deal. Thank you, Ed's phone. Funny names, these people. The X structure means unity. The tree breaks, that is the limb pulled down at the angle means protection. The large X in between the two trees means manifestation. Wow. Hmm. Some very interesting theories. This is from Padilla. Very interesting stuff. So it means unity. Well, we'd love to hear about that on the forum, and you can go if you can go convince Amanda of that. Show us your pictures, and I'd love to hear more about those theories. It sounds very interesting. Because remember, my theories are theories. So on the day a Sasquatch comes and tells me, or we have more evidence to prove what my theories are, I don't know. It's just my theory for now. I'm doing the best I can, right? So, um, hey Jamie, when is your book coming out? That book is like, oof, I have two movies, so that I'm doing. Did I just say that out loud? Holy crap! Shouldn't have said that. Anyway, yeah, there's very likely to be two movies coming out. I'm not supposed to be saying that, but yeah. So it looks like I got some good things. I'm real busy. Michael Cameron from hello from Fraser Valley, BC, near Sasquatch Territory, Harrison. Man, that's such a cool place to go. There's so much history there. I have a problem though because a colleague of mine, Randy, taught me that the Harrison Sasquatch are really quite angry. That the troop that he was around was really angry, and I'm not interested in angry Sasquatch. But yeah, what great, incredible Sasquatch habitat. I'm so yeah. When I was doing the species, when I was doing the court case, a film crew went down to the Harrison Hot Springs area, and people they were trying to find for every news story you have to find pros and cons, right? So he interviewed like 50 people. He couldn't find one person that didn't think me taking that to court was awesome and amazing and supported me 100%. So that's the people down in that Harrison Hot Springs area, all through that. The Sasquatch Inn is down there, and yeah, so Louisiana, nice. Hello, Helen. That's isn't it cool that people? That's so cool about the internet. You know, the UK, Portugal, all over the continent of North America. I love Louisiana. I got to spend a little time down there. Gorgeous. What? So many places. Such a beautiful, beautiful planet. And I'm really quite well traveled throughout North America, which is just such a blessing. I just love. I feel like I almost don't want to travel other places because there's so much to see in North America. I haven't even seen all of British Columbia and Alberta, and I live here. But yeah, and I've gone to Europe just for some Sasquatch stuff. But anyways, Pimpaz. Todd, have you heard of any Sasquatch sightings in Europe? Yes, but oof, I don't know about authenticity. Like when I went to Sweden, the Vikings don't talk about the Sasquatch. So do I think they're in Sweden? No, I don't think so. Just go to the history. That is what you need to do is look at the indigenous people's history. And if there's no history behind it, like the Hawaiians never heard of Sasquatch, and somebody was going to pay me like $20,000 to go hang out in Hawaii for a month and look for Sasquatch, and I didn't do it. I didn't feel ethical about it. I talked to some legitimate Hawaiians, and they went and like three different tribes, and they went and talked to all the elders. There's no Sasquatch there. I don't even want to. For me, I just don't want to waste time with that stuff. Talk to the indigenous people. They know Sasquatch is everywhere. They're just way smarter than us and can sense and see us before we see them. True story. Yeah, it's that they're hide and seek champions of the world, right? That's real a cool thing going on right now, and it's I like it. I do. I like to laugh. I think the eyes are beautiful and the brown eyes. Yeah, Daniel. It's hard for me to say that because I've looked a Sasquatch in the eye, and I'm not brave enough to sit there and go, wow, those are beautiful eyes. I'm halfway between incredible reverence and fear. I'm not gonna lie. I know how strong they are. I know how fast they are. I know how dominant they are over me. And when I look at them, I can't help. I have so much to learn still. I haven't sat down with the Sasquatch. I haven't studied their body language. So every time I have an encounter, it's very acute and it's short. And so I have so much unknowns about them, so much to learn, and so much I don't trust in myself because my instincts have failed me a lot in the last 4 years, especially. My instincts have been, just even if they're 50-50, half the time you're wrong, And I don't know. It's just been it's hard to trust your instincts when they've failed you so much, and it's hard to believe in certain things when you've gone and worked hard for something and believed in it, and it just you did everything you could and it failed. Well, it doesn't fail. It's always an attempt at success, right? So Lawrence Lieber says we've been to Olympic National Park and saw the same things. Yeah, you're talking about that's where Nia Bay is, and the people are just like Sasquatch. They know it. So um, I think believers help the knowers. It's not. Yeah, they do. Sure. Like even I'd like to ask Amanda. Amanda, do you believe Sasquatch are real, or do you know it? So Amanda sees all my work. Amanda's my right arm, and does she believe or does she know? That's interesting. And if Amanda did believe, as much as I respect her, I think she is a believer because she hasn't seen one. So, but then maybe having faith enough in knowing when someone's telling you the truth is good enough. I don't know. It's very interesting, isn't it? I thought it was intriguing that George, being from Modessa, remotely close to Oregon, Patterson, Bigfoot footage, Arizona, White Mountains. Thanks, David. I don't know what you mean, but yeah, it sounds intriguing. Hey, it's Mel. Oh, it's Mel! I trust you can't wait to see you soon. Yeah, Mel's coming out. So it's under Tom Weisner. I'm assuming that's her husband. Mel did a show with me, and she's got some really cool stuff going on, and I'm so excited. She's coming out to do an expedition, and I'm real excited about that. So can take awesome good care of you, Mel. I'm so excited. I'm excited about going on an expedition literally tomorrow. So it's exciting, but there's pressure on me. There's pressure to keep everybody safe because it's been a hard year with the bears. I've had some bad stuff happen with the bears, but it's that there's that pressure, and then to keep people safe. But then there's a lot of pressure to get success. So because I there's been two expeditions that I've done out of maybe 15, but two of them have had nothing happen. You know, Wonderful people. It was Florida. The Floridans came out on an expedition with me, and we had some bad weather, but there was no excuse for it. There was good weather too. They were wonderful people. I just can't say enough good things about these people from Florida. Tough as nails. It freaking snowed, and these people from Florida were managing well. Like they didn't complain. It was amazing. And but no success. I remember leaving the expedition going, they did everything right. We did everything right. It's a good time of year. They battled the snow, and the Sasquatch should have come out, and they didn't. And I was pretty upset about that. So yeah, so there's always that stress of that, and it matters to me that we get good success. Recently, I came into contact with Sasquatch. This is Steve that I'd never known about. He's curious of me. He even walked around the cabin and even tapped along my wall as if to let me know he was there. Isn't that cool, Steve? And they're doing that. I was just talking to Steve, and yeah, that they're throwing acorns at us. Oh, okay. I'll talk about this. This is really cool. Um, okay, I'll talk about this. This is really cool. Um, what my hand toss, and then I could see a piece of debris, and then I heard it bunk hit the trailer. So that was a sighting that I had this year over by where Ashley had sightings, and yeah, so I couldn't really make out a being of any kind, but when the arm came up and through, I saw an arm and a hand, like if it looks like that, right, like whoosh, like that, and yeah, then I heard an acorn hit the top of the roof, and so just answering Steve, when they get curious, man, they're so brave. Why not be brave? I don't know. And maybe that says a lot about the people they're being curious about. I'm extremely convinced they've been thoroughly watching you, and they trust you're not some maniac that's going to harm them, because there are people like that. Let's be honest, right? And so it's probably a lot to do with just you and your mannerisms, and they've been watching you, and they trust you, and they're going to come around and tap, and they want you to be aware of them, and that's a wonderful gift. So anyone experienced Sasquatch mimicking dog barks? It's always funny hearing them when it's obvious that the depth of the echo of the voice is deeper than a dog could. Hmm. Well, I rarely go out on expedition with my dog. I have a beautiful Rottie. I just love her. She's my girl. And yeah, I don't take her out much. When Sasquatch come around, she's not happy at all. She gets really uh, uncomfortable, we'll say, to say the least, and she won't calm down. So, but no, I've never had them mimicking dog barks. I've had them mimic other stuff like bird sounds, but I'm pretty cautious about that because you look like a real twit if you think a Sasquatch is mimicking an owl and it's actually an owl. They seem like more northern animals. This is Alex. I'm from, and then it stops. What's going on here? What happened? Anyways, Alex is from somewhere that I can't see it continues, but um, I no, but I would Alex. I would say they're in Texas. Doesn't get that's pretty south as hell, and they're really, really. I'm very convinced they're in Texas. I haven't seen one there, but I've seen evidence, and I, I'm a believer they're in Texas. There you go. I'm strongly convinced by the evidence they are in Texas, and that's really, I mean, southern United States of America. So yeah, but in the north, it's just better terrain for them, I think. But I don't know. Don't actually, I can't say that. I'll offend people in Texas, and they'd be rightly so offended. So, but I think everything you do, I love everything you do, Todd. This is Kevin Taylor, and I think you're doing great. Don't give up. Yeah, I have no, I can't. There is no give up. So just moving forward. So I'm from Florida. I know how brutal the humidity can be. Yeah, but then they have the skunk ape down there, and beings find ways to survive. Alex, and yeah, but things in Florida though, like I'm down in the Glades, and it's teeming with life. It's saturated with life. It's not like that in the north. The life is so spaced out. I can walk for miles and never see a living being of any kind. The squirrels haven't been around much this year, which is weird. Normally they're quite abundant, but it's in Florida, man, and the Glades and stuff. Oh my, it's just thick and rich and teeming with life. It's just everywhere. It's amazing. So there's pros and cons, right? And the winters are brutal. It's harsh. It becomes a desert, and animals have a hell of a time surviving. So there's so much. What my point is, there's so many advantages to Florida, so many advantages, and really keep that in mind, right? I'm glad I learned early that it's a waste of time with hair samples, inconclusive, unknown species. I've come across heaps of hair samples. Well, Brian, if you're getting hair samples, I want one. I want one, please. Uh, they're not a waste of time. Please bring them, give them. Brian, oh my God, if you sincerely have hair samples, Brian, I'm calling you out. This is Brian Wigful. If you legitimately have hair samples, I want them. So you northbigfoot at gmail.com, or you get a hold of Amanda, or go to my website, find a way, Brian, get a hold of me. If you have legit hair samples, I have a microscope to analyze them. I would love to see them. They are hella not a waste of time, and I sure could use it. Michael Koski gave a donation. Thank you so much, Michael. I hope you have a question there, sir. I'd love to have a little chat about that. If you want to make a donation too, go to my website, discoveringbigfoot.org. I actually get that money. Hint, hint. If you make a donation there, and I can give back stuff, lots of stuff I give back, lots and lots of stuff. So we got Phil that's on here talking today. He's doing a monthly newsletter, and it's about freaking time I do that. Oh my God, I always have so much crap on my plate, but I want to do a monthly newsletter badly, and thanks to Amanda and Phil, that is going to happen. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I want to do stuff for. There's lots of people that support me financially and donate to me monthly, and you guys are so awesome. I'm so grateful for that, and yeah. So we're just moving forward. And again, thank you so much, Mike. It's Michael Koski. I can actually pronounce that Koski. That sounds cool. Koski, Koski. Like you're kind of cozy but cooler. The mind believes, my heart knows. That's a good way. Unlearn the system. The mind believes, the heart knows. Huh? What a nice thing to say. Good way of looking at it. So here we go. Todd, Diane. I'm here. Hi, Diane. Uh, Paradoxal Fossils. Thank you so much, Michael, again. Todd. Have you have you been keeping up with Desert Sasquatch videos? No, I haven't. My goodness, just working so hard. But you know, go to Discover. If you have that information, go to discoveringbigfoot.org. Go to the forum, please. We'd love to hear it. So I'm doing good, Steve. I'm doing good. I'm getting by. Things are good. The expeditions and you people that support me. It's funny because a lot of times in my life, the Sasquatch thing can put stress on. The court case is stressful. I put my ass on the line for that. I was like, I could have been in trouble for perjury. Not really. I wasn't worried about that, but there's just it's stressful going to court and trial and the petitions and stuff like that. Those things can be stressful. And you guys, the support that I get from you people, it's, you know what, you've paid me back 10 times of whatever stress I could have had in my life. Do you think Fish and Wildlife, this is from Stephen, do you think Fish and Wildlife Management and Fisheries for Service create these management lands to divide the species between them and us? Oof, man, that's a no. No. I really do think a lot of fish and wildlife officers have their hearts in the right place, even the ones that are certain. I want to say the ones that think they know that Sasquatch doesn't exist doesn't make sense, but that are convinced that the Sasquatch doesn't exist. I don't know. I just think these people are, most of them are good people and their hearts in the right place. And how could I not admire people that love wildlife? If you work for Fish and Wildlife and you don't love fish and wildlife, you shouldn't work there. I'm sure there are people that don't, but a lot of these people do, and we're immediately going to have a connection. I could sit down with any wildlife officer and have a bromance for hours about just the tracking and the animals and the wildlife and what they know and what they've seen and what I know and what I've seen. It's how could I not cooperate and just get along so well with people like that, right? It seems we're there at where I live in southern Mississippi and Louisiana. Yeah, cool. Thank you for that, Stephen. So, and we'd love to hear about that. Go to the website or encounters at bigfootencounter@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your evidence. Does it, if you haven't had a sighting, but you still think there's something going on, man, we sure would love to hear from you and talk about it. So we'll fly you down West Palm Beach and we'll take you to different locations. That would be so cool, Lawrence. This is Lawrence again, West Palm Beach. Are you kidding me? I got a place to stay. How far is West Palm Beach? Daytona Beach is where I have the Floridians. Love these Floridians. It's awesome people that came out and were so amazing on expedition. Sorry if I already answered, but have you had an experience of Sasquatch in the northern Cascades of Washington? No, I haven't. This is Ashley, but there's a group of people down there. Man, I was so impressed with their work. It was online and stuff, and it was only a short while that I was looking at them, and man, they had some impressive stuff from the North Cascades. Just a little group of local people on the edges of the North Cascades. I can't remember their name, but they just had such cool work. And they must have a YouTube. Yeah, I think they have a YouTube channel, a little bit of social media. I just thought they were so cool. I was so impressed with them, and I got to have a conversation with one of them, and they have some really cool stuff. So, but I mean, I'll tell you, Ashley, there's got to be Sasquatch in the North Cascades. Are you kidding me? Washington, it just be Sasquatch group after group after. It's just so many places. It's just so rich and beautiful and lush there. I just love Washington State so much. Hey Todd, can we expect some new videos or documentaries? New documentaries, yes. Videos, I can't. I have no control over that. It's so funny because it's really hard. Footage is hard. Like I look at my footage and I'm just like in awe that I was able to do that and capture that. And a second shout out from Jennifer from MD. Are you here? Second shout out from Phil. Apologies for the commercial break there, but where are we going? Michael, there's Michael Koski again. Oh, Michael has a test. The Indians and Sasquatch have an agreement to protect each other. Huh. Yeah, to protect each other, to cooperate, to live among each other. Yeah, yeah. I would, I would, I could see some definite merit in that. See what what I see with the natives is I see a reverence of the species. I see them being raised, and this is a new generation, though, right? This is the new generations of people are even a lot of the new native people. They don't have the connectivity to nature, nowhere near what it used to be. So, looking in past tense, I don't know. I don't know that was the past tense. I've never met with an elder who expressed that interest to me. It seems a lot that what I see with native people and I really respect is, like just as an example with grizzly bears. They have a relationship with grizzly bears and they might love them and respect them, and probably they do, but they also know how to coexist with them safely because grizzly bears are big, heavy predators and they're dangerous, and there's lots of dangers involved with them. So there are rules, and I see a lot of rules in dealing with Sasquatch that the native people have. So when's the last time I saw one, Joe? Just I don't know, 2 weeks ago I saw one. Had a pretty good encounter. One came by my trailer and walked past and gave my trailer a shake, and I have some interesting walked past and gave my trailer a shake, and I have some interesting new stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, Sasquatch shook the hell out of a tree, and he was just. It's weird because the tree is shaking all over the place. It's not wind. This tree is just moving, like getting almost ripped out of the ground, and it's on infrared. But I can't see the Sasquatch. I can't even see where his hand's grabbing the tree, and then he seemed to duck down and sort of move through the bush, and you can see the trees moving. It's almost like cinematic. The bush is moving, but you can't see the Sasquatch. So it almost looks like the Sasquatch was invisible and you couldn't see him. But that's preposterous. Preposterous. They're not invisible. Um, not with me. I've never. There's no. I'm not even gonna go there. No. So that's the last time. It was not very long ago that I saw one. One walked right past my trailer, and yeah, Ashley was not there. Those couple. I was alone for a few days, and yeah, one walked right past my trailer, which was pretty cool. So, hello, Todd. This is Dan Stanko. I have to say hi. What do you think about the story about the guy up here north about killing those Bigfoot? Say, do you believe this story? Oh, I don't know anything about it, Dan. Not much into the pop culture stuff, but yeah, I don't know about it, so I'll look into it. Discovering Bigfoot 2, well, it's they want it, I want it, we're doing it. But when it comes out, it's when I can finish it. And remember at the end of the movie where you see all those names going like that? Basically, you could just pretty much put Todd Standing and then have a list of post-production, editor, blah, blah, blah. I got to get more help, but there's just no budget for that stuff, so I'm going to do the best I can. And yeah, I just do the best I can. Tell everyone that they're everywhere, including cities close. Bigfoot Bry. Hmm. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not going to tell people that they're everywhere because I haven't seen them everywhere, so I don't know. Uh, Here we go. Hello, Argentina. Hey, from Argentina. Hello. I don't speak that language, but hello from Argentina. So where are we? Portugal, UK, Argentina, all over North America. Uh, yeah, and Amanda knows about stuff, so that's sneaky, Amanda. Hey, Todd, have you ever met or talked to Thom Cottrell? He's from Washington. He has amazing stories. Same with Barbara Shoop. They were at the Sasquatch Summit when I was there, and no, I didn't get to speak with them, unfortunately. And now that I'm doing stuff in that Washington Olympic area, I've heard good things about Thom as well. Is it Thom or Tom? It looks at Thom. Mr. Cottrell. So yeah, and Barb, no, I don't think I met her. It was when I was at the Sasquatch Summit, it was pretty crazy. Meldrum and Bitternagel and Survivor Man were there. And yeah, it was pretty crazy for me there. So I didn't, and yeah, it was a lot. So, um, hello, Lori, Steve Bentley, Todd, thanks. Can't wait to see them. You have the best collection of evidence I've seen so far. Thank you. Thank you, Steve Bentley. Gary Green, Todd, looking back to Brian Gibbons' texts, interesting. Okay, I didn't see that. I don't know if I saw that one. Keep doing the chats. Such awesome stories. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Ashley, there's an amazing video on Barb's channel with Thom Cottrell and Bob Gimlin sharing their stories. Yeah, it sounds cool. I just, I want to do all this stuff and I want to see this and I want to watch these stories, but this is my time. Like I have not filmed a Sasquatch this year, and I did not successfully film one last year, and people want it, and I want it too. I'm proud of the videos that I've got. So, you know, yeah, I just want it. I really got to, doing the stuff that I do. Like you see people, I don't want to compare myself, but when you're at a level and you need to do stuff, like I compare it to like the best in the world, the best athlete at something, they're devoted to it. They're obsessed with it. They just focus on it and think about it and make that their whole life. And I'm having enough trouble doing that, focusing and getting nailed into it. And I really need to be in that zone, otherwise I'm not going to succeed. So I don't even like looking at other people's stories and stuff so much. I just want to focus on getting this footage. It's such a big deal, When I go out on expedition, I think this could be the time. This could be the piece of footage that people will talk about historically. This could be the piece of footage this day that happens that will just blow the lid off of everything, because there is a piece of footage that can be taken that will change everything. So it can happen. I can get it. And I was talking to my expeditioners coming out tomorrow, just today. And he's like, I'm not too worried about if nothing happens. I go, don't think like that, please. I want you to come out here. I want your mindset to think, man, this is the expedition. This is historical. This is the moment where we are going to get footage that is as amazing or more amazing than the Patterson Gimlin footage, and that can be done. And that's what keeps me pretty excited, is to be there for that moment when that happens. So before the white men came and messed everything up here, there are migration past. There are animals that have had hardwired to their brains, and we are in their way. I couldn't agree with you more. 400 million bison have been wiped out, genocide. So, and when you have 400 million bison, the species that are supported by that, the short-nosed grizzly, the mice, the rodents, it's just the thousands of species that get wiped out when you take out 400 million bison. They're huge. 400 million. God, don't exist here anymore. It's genocide. So yeah, this continent has changed. You could literally say it's been just totally raped in the last 200-300 years by civilization. So, Todd, do you think Sasquatch bury their dead? I think it makes sense because they haven't found any bodies. Yeah, they put their dead in a place. That much I'll say. I think they put them in a spot. So, yeah. Um, Pronounce Tom. Okay, thank you, Ashley. I'm not good at pronouncing names and stuff. I don't have, I haven't seen them, but I know they're there. It's kind of a doorway to a woman, this area in Idaho. This is Kevin Taylor. That's cool, Kevin. Yeah, and here in Idaho, and there are Sasquatch in Idaho. I've been there and I've seen signs of Sasquatch in the salmon runs and stuff, and met with some people that were asking me some pretty amazing questions. I'm very convinced they're in Idaho. So, do you think tree breaks are specific species of trees, or do you think they have no preference? I think they have no preference of trees. So I haven't seen a preference in tree species in my regions. You know what? I never saw a tree break in California, but I saw a Sasquatch in California, and I filmed a Sasquatch in California. And then I tried to make a tree break out of a smaller tree, and the trees are like rubber. They just bend like that. So very resilient. Here, they're very stiff and they'll snap. And I think I've never seen a tree like the tree species that I saw in California where I had an encounter with Sasquatch. So how could they do tree breaks? They can't then. Or maybe a Sasquatch could, but I can't. I could literally make an O with a tree like that wouldn't break. So, Jar Wonderful. Hey, Todd, what are the chances of Sasquatch living in Newfoundland? Absolutely. High. Very, very high. The indigenous say they're there. So, there have only been a couple reported sightings. Yeah, but I think there's decent probability they're there. Rodney Harris, I don't know why, but the video started over at my end. Okay. Has Bigfoot been sighted in all 50 states? I don't know, Randy. I'm not really that sighting. Todd, what's your understanding of the passed away Sasquatch? What do you do with them? I love that we can't find the remains, but where are the remains? Yeah. Well, look up the Gigantopithecus remains that were discovered in Langchun, China. Really look that up. Really read that. I've met a professor that was there for that discovery process, and really think about what's going on when they discovered those remains of Gigantopithecus up in caves that had to be rock climbed to, dozens and dozens of bodies that have been there. So Parkway Hippie asks, how many females have you seen? Rare. It's been rare. I'd say I'm 1, 2, 3 females for sure that I've seen. So not many, right? And that's assuming that Jane in video 4 is a female. But my native teacher looked at her in 2 seconds, said that's a female, and I never questioned him because that guy was always right, 100%. And we looked at me and smiled. He goes, "Oh, you filmed the female." I'd been thinking for 2-3 weeks. Oh, look, I got this male. And he looks at it. I didn't tell him anything. I had no preconceived ideas. He goes, "Oh, that's a female," and I was like, "You're right. It's a female." When you have a master that has that sort of skill set and that sort of abilities and the things that he could do, you just shut up and listen. You just smile and say, I thought it was a male. I was wrong. What he says is correct. Have a good day. So that's what you do when you're dealing with genius and miracles. And I deal with survivor mans like that. Jeff Meldrum was like that. John Bennernagel was like that. Brilliant, incredibly genius men. And when they say something and when they know, I shut my mouth and listen because even they're just so brilliant. They're so brilliant. When we're having a discussion about things, then I'll partake in it. But when they know about something and they're incredible, amazing, brilliant men, believe me, they don't have to explain themselves to me. I know truth when it comes out of these brilliant, wonderful, incredibly talented, amazing, genius men. How lucky is it? Can you imagine? I got to work with Survivor Man. I got to work with John Betternegg. I got to work with Jeff Meldrum. And there have been other PhDs and really cool people that don't want to be publicly known that I've been able to work with. But those men are amazing and brave. And man, I'm so lucky. Just I sit here for a moment, I think about that, and it just makes me smile. That I have that incredible opportunity. I love these guys. I love them. I miss them. I miss John Betternagel so much. What a wonderful man he was. Yeah, one of a kind. A number of witnesses' accounts state Sasquatch can make themselves invisible or partially invisible. Ooh, so how people report? Yeah, I don't. There's a lady that I met in Washington State that talks about the invisibility, and I went and worked on that and did with that, and I respect her immensely. And I'm not never going to say anything about it. But she's an amazing woman. She's got brilliant insights, and maybe she's further advanced than I am. But uh, I don't know about the invisible Sasquatch. I don't do that at all. It's there's no evidence to support that for me yet, and yeah, I say no to it. So Amanda says, don't forget to like the video. We're almost at the end of our hour here. You guys are awesome. Todd has an elderly lady friend in Tennessee that had a house knocked off its foundation from them. Wow, Gary Green. Well, we would love to hear about that at the forum or bigfootencounter@gmail.com. So we did the Newfoundland thing. I talked about that. Hey, Todd, have you heard of William Terrell? No. He went missing from his balcony, 6 feet. His parents never seen him again. Yeah. And Bigfoot, right? Sasquatch might do bad things sometimes. I don't know. Who knows? So, Todd, what's your thoughts on researching them and your own emotional status on fear and trust as you're researching at night in the forest? Does trust outweigh fear? Well, Diane, first thing I have to do is identify the Sasquatch. When I know it's a Sasquatch, it's not a bear, it's not a mountain lion, it's nothing dangerous. It's not, well, it can't be people. What's funny? I've never had people come around me at nights. The places I do research, sorry people, there ain't no people out there. Not that are going to survive too long. It's too dangerous at night. But does my trust outweigh my fear? No, it's 50-50 because it's scary, and a lot of times they're trying to intimidate me. It's kind of a primate thing, and they don't have to. I'm just, how could you? When I follow them around, their tracks around their signs, I see the tree breaks. I know what they're capable of. I know how powerful they are. I know the stride lengths they're capable of. I know the power they have to break trees. And man, if that dude is mad at me, I am gone. Gone. Nobody will ever find me. When a Sasquatch wants me gone, I'm gone. There'll never be a trace of me left. Nobody will ever know what happened. Gone. And they have that ability to have that power. And, it's, I have an enormous reverence for it. And it's scary. I mean, Diane Fossey and, Jane Goodall have a healthy fear of gorillas and chimpanzees, right? They always did. But to get over it and to get real comfortable with them, of course they got to a level of comfort, but I had to spend thousands of hours interacting with them. I'm nowhere near that. Hell, nothing at that level of what they needed. So thanks, Sailing Florida. We're just talking about Florida. I hope those Florida people, Lawrence, I hope you're out here. I really want that stuff. I really like to plan that. I'm very attracted to doing seminars. I really, really would like to do that. So it's something I'm very interested in. I'm interested in hiring an agent and traveling around and doing the Discovering Bigfoot seminar, right? And I'm so interested in doing that. What I'd like to do is just I go to a place where there are people that are doing good work, like the Cascade Mountains people that the lady mentioned today and I talked about. They're doing such cool work. I'd love to go out there, play my documentary, do and me questions, man. My seminar, I could just look at me. I could kick the podium off out of the way, sit on a stool, look at everybody right in the face, and go, "Let's talk about Sasquatch." On my expeditions, I go out for 7 days and we talk Sasquatch, and I tell them, a quarter of what not even a 20th of what I've experienced and know. So I can talk Sasquatch. I'm happy doing that. I like talking to skeptics. I'm not afraid of skeptics at all. They're looking at me and they're shaking their head. They're going, "Dude, the Earth is flat," and I'm like, "It's round." And they're like, "No, it's flat." And that is the truth of it. That's the absolute truth of it. I know Sasquatch over. I've seen them. They're real. So, but I understand their perspective too, because I knew Sasquatch wasn't real at one point. as you know, I was sure they couldn't exist. So make these live feeds earlier. I got to wake up at 4 a.m. Alex was on here just asking that I should make these feeds earlier. And I have to say, I do this once in a while. I have to say it. Oh, come on. Are we froze up again? Let me have a sip here because my throat hurts. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I think everybody can hear me. Just can't see the feed. So such cool stuff going on. Alex says I'm lucky, perhaps blessed. I agree, Alex. Oh my God, so lucky, so blessed, so fortunate. The screen is still frozen up here. Bigfoot for president. Oh my God, no. Okay, so we're back for Todd. Is there any advice you could give Brian as the Sasquatch have frightened his elderly friend by sliding her trailer off its feet? That's not cool. Sliding the trailer off its feet. What advice would I give to a frightened elderly friend? Well, the first thing, let's be honest, you got a problem. Sasquatch sliding a trailer off its feet, that's a problem. So I would say, man, you got to get some help. You know, call some people, talk to some people, get some help. Somebody's got to figure out what's going on. I don't think a Sasquatch, in my experience, always do something for a reason. Always. There is some reason behind what they do. They're not just some random crazy. They're very reasonable. They're very sensible. People get upset if I call them animals, but animals do things reasonably. Animals kill without purpose. They don't move without purpose. Everything they do is for purpose. You know, it's about survival and abundance. And I feel the Sasquatch are very logical and brilliant, but very purposeful. So why was that trailer going off? You need to get some help. Somebody's got to help her, you know? And how elderly is this lady? Can she walk around? Can you go figure things out? Because hiding's not going to fix it. You need to get out there and figure out what's going on, look around. And you know, I'd like to help out even, you know, send us an email, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Amanda's brilliant. She's brilliant. If she can't find an answer, I talk to Amanda all the time. So if she can't find an answer, we need more specifics though. And Amanda and Daniel and Phil, my peeps, they're good people. And give them a talk. Go to the forum. If you really want the answers, you're gonna have to dig a little bit. If a Sasquatch truly knocked a trailer off its feet, you got a real problem. And we need more information. I just can't be. Something's going on. You gave me my answer is something significant is going on, and you discover out what that is. And it could be a million things. I don't know. So I'm Native American from Fort Belknap, Montana, where the relations between the Crees and Bigfoot that you mentioned in your intros. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm trained. One of my main teachers was Kootenai, Assiniboine, but half Cree, and I spent a lot of time with the Northern Woodland Cree in Alberta. Really have good relationships with them. So hey, there's Danielle. Oh, what are you doing here, Danielle? That's awesome. I didn't even know. I wonder if Sasquatch see you as being who is there to help them, an advocate for the environment they inhabit for species protection, or if they see you as a threat, Todd. I'll tell you, Danielle, I disagree with everything you said. I think they see me as a student who wants to learn. I feel like they're my teachers, and I feel like, because protecting the environment, I mean, I feel about that, and I love the environment, and of course I want to protect the environment, and they can deduce that based on the fact that I love the environment. I eat the berries. I am gently walking through nature. I admire the trees. So in their own way, they're going to know that I'm an advocate for the environment. I love it because I'm not damaging it. I take good care of it. So yeah, the species protection, you know, if I was to tell them I'm here to protect you and help you, they would probably laugh at me. You know, what help do you need from us? You're a student. You don't know about the wilderness. And to finish answering Daniel's question, if they feel like I'm a threat, and there's no way they feel like I'm a threat. There are Sasquatch that have felt like I was a threat to them, and they'll react hostilely. And my Sasquatch, these guys love me. They're excited. They love me. They're excited when I come around. And yeah, so no threat. There's no way I'm a threat to them. If I felt like there's just no way. The stuff that they do and the way they interact with me is just, it's such a godsend. You know, it's such a godsend. There's no way if they felt like I was a threat, they'd intimidate me and whoop my ass and I'd be gone. There are, in California, after I filmed that Sasquatch, I'm not going back there because I think that dude feels that I'm a threat. And he let that be known to me. And I'll tell you, I'm not going back there. I filmed a Sasquatch in California, and I have to find a new spot to research because I'm never going back there. That big dominant male in California hurt me, and he was showing me I could kill you, and the feeling I have is you come back here and I'm going to kill you. So it was very hostile, and so he felt like I was a threat. And they're just not timid creatures. You know, when it's time to go, they're going to go. So only got a few minutes here, so um, just do a couple more questions. My phone's almost going to die. Where does my fascination from Sasquatch come from? Love of nature, the wilderness. I just love the wilderness. I love nature, and that's where it all comes from. Learning about nature, exploring nature, and the ultimate being in nature is Sasquatch. So it's all about love of nature. Very, very simple for me to answer that one. So I suspect different areas, different, absolutely, Bo, different individuals, absolutely. The different, some native groups will scalp your ass and kill you, and other ones will embrace you and want to learn from you and trade with you, right? So aren't people like that, right? So imagine if there were races of very powerful, unnatural souls being overrun all over regions, nature throughout the world, hidden mankind only in myths and lost stories. Could it be? Yes, it could be. That's pretty deep. Do you think those TP structures to hold baby? Couple more questions. You guys are awesome. This has been an amazing show. Cappy chat, do researchers here in East. Hi, Todd. Happy to hear your answer. You know, I look at things energetically, and they will feel your energy as we do. It's a matter of time, Todd. Believe they will show it. And that's the energy that I feel from them, Danielle, is excitement. So, but I hear it in their voices. I hear it in their interactions. They throw acorns, not rocks. You know, they throw acorns that couldn't hurt me, and they don't even damage my trailer. You know, so there's so many different levels of how I just feel like they just care about me. So yeah, yeah, that's just the way I feel. So uh, things are getting a little crazy here on my phone. Um, how open mind wasting my life? Always there is something to learn. I agree. You gotta have an open mind. It's not wasting your life. Thanks, Lawrence. I'm glad you're. Is that Lawrence from Florida? We're big fans. Awesome. I'm a huge fan of Florida. I love it down there. It was amazing. So, did you start out by trying to disprove them? That's true. I did start out by. Well, I started out with the Sasquatch research to disprove them. But my interest with Sasquatch is because of nature, because I knew nature, and I would say this back then. I'm going to speak on that. It's because I love nature so much that I could even prove that in the science. So that's going to be our show today, guys. I hope I answered your questions. I'm 14 miles from the really Cappy chat. That's cool. Yeah, what a gorgeous area. You're so lucky. Well, I live in an amazing area too. I'm hella fortunate here. I love Todd's zeal and openness. Thanks so much. The person that had Bigfoot trailer contact us through the website. Thank you very much, Phil. Just gonna, how far down are we? Jasper, Alberta. Hello from Jasper, Alberta. Can you guys hear me right now? We're kind of frozen up again. Um, so yeah, I prefer an acorn to a rock, brown dwarf. Yeah. Smash that like button before it's all over y'all. The signal's terrible. Google hating the truth of it all. I hope this is not a conspiracy with Google. My goodness, because I have such fast internet. So I'm out. I'm not here next week for sure, guys, because I'm leaving on expedition uh, tomorrow night, and then I'm gone for the week. I'm not afraid to say where I'm going because it's my secret spot that very few people know. So I'm heading out. Definitely not here next week. There's no chance. I'm out there fighting for making this discovery happen. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for the wish, Ashley, and everybody else. Power Blue, and you guys rock. You guys rock. I love doing this show. So I love it. You guys are amazing. And yeah, thanks, Danielle. We got to talk too soon, Danielle. It's been a while since we've spoken, but thanks so much, guys. I got to go stir the food for the expeditioners, right? Literally, I'm not even joking. So y'all take care, and I'll be back in 2 weeks for sure. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Take care.